Hello, and welcome to Searching for Spirits. On this podcast, we explore the world of the paranormal and the unknown, from the afterlife to unsolved mysteries of ghosts and horrors untold. So come along with us and traverse the darkness as we go searching for spirits. On this week's episode, we dip our toes into English folklore as we look at the Black Shuck. In English folklore, Black Shuck, Old Shuck, or simply Shuck, is the name given to a ghostly black dog which is said to roam the coastline and countryside of East Anglia. One of many such black dogs recorded in folklore across the British Isles. Accounts of the Black Shuck form part of the folklore of Norfolk, Suffolk and Cambridgeshire, as well as Essex. Descriptions of the creature's appearance and nature vary considerably. It's sometimes recorded as an omen of death, but in other instances is described as companionable. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, the Shuck derives from the Old English word sucker, devil, fiend, perhaps from the root sk, to terrify. The first mention in print of the Black Shuck is by Reverend E.S. Taylor in an 1850 edition of the journal Notes and Queries, which describes Shuck the dog fiend. This phantom I have heard many persons in East Norfolk and even Cambridgeshire describe as having seen a black, shaggy dog with fiery eyes and immense size, and who visits churchyards at midnight. Abraham Fleming's account of the appearance of a strange and terrible wonder in 1577 at Bungay, Suffolk, is a famous account of the beast. Images of sinister black dogs have become part of the iconography of the area and have appeared within popular culture. Writing in 1877, Walter Rye stated that the Shuck was the most curious of our local apparitions, as they are no doubt varieties of the same animal. Descriptions of the Black Shuck vary both in shape and size, from that of a large dog to being the size of a calf or a horse. W.A. Dutt, in his 1901 Highways and Byways in East Anglia, describes the creature as such. It takes the form of a huge black dog, prowls along the dark lanes and lonesome field footpaths, where, although his howling makes the hearer's blood run cold, his footfalls make no sound. You may know him at once, should you see him, by his fiery eyes, but he has one, and that, like the Cyclops, is in the middle of his head. Such an encounter might bring you the worst of luck. It is even said that to meet him is to be warned that your death will occur before the end of the year, so you will do well to shut your eyes if you hear him howling. Dr. Simon Sherwood suggests that the earliest surviving description of devilish black hounds is an account of an incident in Peterborough Abbey, recorded in the Peterborough Chronicle around 1127. Let no one be surprised at the truth of what we are about to relate, for it was common knowledge throughout the whole country that immediately after Abbot Henry of Putois' arrival at Peterborough Abbey, it was the Sunday when they sang Exsurge Query, many men both saw and heard a great number of huntsmen hunting. The huntsmen were black, huge and hideous, and rode on black horses and on black he-goats. The hounds were jet black, with their eyes like saucers and horrible. This was seen in the very deer park of the town of Peterborough, and in all the woods that stretch from that same town to Stamford. And in the night, the monks heard them sounding and winding their horns. Reliable witnesses who kept watch in the night declared that there might as well have been as many as 20 or 30 of them winding their horns as near as they could tell. This was seen and heard from the time of his arrival all through Lent and right up until Easter. This account also appears to describe the Europe-wide phenomenon known as a wild hunt. In Bungay and Blythburgh, one of the most notable reports of Black Shuck is of his appearance at churches of Bungay and Blythburgh in Suffolk. On the 4th of August 1577, at Blythburgh, Black Shuck is said to have burst in through the doors of the Holy Trinity Church to a clap of thunder. He ran up the nave past the large congregation, killing a man and a boy and causing the church steeple to collapse through the roof. As the dog left, he left scorch marks on the north door, which can be seen at the church to this day. The encounter on the same day at St Mary's Church, Bungay, was described in A Strange and Terrible Wonder by Abraham Fleming in 1577. This black dog, or the drivel in such a likeness, God, he knoweth all who worketh all, running along down the body of the church with great swiftness and incredible haste, among the people in a visible form and shape, passed between two persons as they were kneeling upon their knees, and occupied in prayer as it seemed, wrung the necks of them both at one instant, climbed backward in stomach that even at a moment where they kneeled, they strangely died. Fleming was a translator and editor for several printing houses in London, and therefore probably only published his account based on exaggerated oral accounts. Other local accounts attribute the event to the devil. Fleming calls the animal the devil in his such likeness. Scorch marks on the door are referred to by the locals as the devil's fingerprints, and the event is remembered in this verse. All down the church in midst of fire the hellish monster flew, and passing onward to the choir he many people slew. The town of Littleport, Cambridgeshire, is home to two different legends of spectral black dogs, which have been linked to the Black Shuck folklore, but differ in significant aspects. Local folklorist W.H. Barrett relates a story of a huge black dog haunting the area after being killed rescuing a local girl from a lustful friar in pre-Reformation times, while fellow folklorist Enid Porter relates stories of a black dog haunting the A10 road after its owner drowned in the nearby River Ouse in the 1800s. Moving forward in time, the Black Shuck has been mentioned many times in popular culture. British rock band The Darkness have a song called Black Shuck on their 2003 debut album Permission to Land. In Teen Wolf, an ancient hellhound spirit that has possessed someone tells one of the main characters that it is known by many names, one of which is Black Shuck. British rock band Down I Go have a song called Black Shuck on their 2019 EP All Down the Church in the Midst of Fire the hellish monster flew, and passing onward to the choir he many people slew. Black Shuck appears in the 2020 video game Assassin's Creed Valhalla as a mini-boss encountered while exploring the countryside of East Anglia. The player can find it eating a carcass amidst a ruined building, and when killed, it gives the player a skill point and its severed head. Lovely. The Black Shuck also appears in the 2020 stop-motion animated folk horror film Curse of the Black Shuck, which was released by Troma. In the 2005 fantasy young adult novel series Maybird, a team of Black Shuck dogs accompany one of the series' villains, the Bogeyman. So what do you think? Is it just myth and legend? Or is there some truth behind the English folklore of the Black Shuck? Tell us what you think in the comments. You can also follow us across our socials. You'll find us on Facebook, TikTok and YouTube, where you can watch our investigations as we go check out some haunted locations. Thanks for listening, and we hope you tune in next time to Searching for Spirits. Don't have nightmares, and we'll see you soon.